Hi, my name is Layla Khan. I am a Girl Scout. I am a senior and I am in Troop 9564. And I just recently completed my Gold Award project. And I thought it'd be a great idea to post a YouTube video about how to complete your Gold Award and some tips that I wish I had when I started, because I'm the first out of my troop to actually complete the Gold Award and earn it. And then also I'm going to show you a part of my project and what I did. So first things first, I will say that getting ideas for your Gold Award is probably the hardest part about starting the whole process, because you have so many ideas. Because you want to do this thing, you want to do this thing, and you have input from other people, but you can only do one project, and you have to make sure it's sustainable, you get enough hours, what the budget is, and how it can help your community and how it can help the world, and if it's beneficial or not. So I will say that getting input from other people is really beneficial, because you want the whole community involved and you want it to be something fun for other people and for yourself. You don't want a boring project that you're not passionate about. You want to be passionate about it, and getting help from other people and getting new ideas thrown at you all the time, it could be scary and it can be overwhelming, but it's really beneficial because it gives you so many options. So starting your Gold Award is probably the hardest thing, because just choosing one thing is so hard, because you want to do everything and you want to help so many people in so many different groups. But once you get your ideas, fill out your form to submit to the Go Gold online, which is like where you submit your proposal and you get your interview. Like after that's over, it's like a big relief, because then you can actually get started on your project, which you have to make like a whole list and a whole plan when you're sending your proposal. So once that's done, it's done, and you just follow the list and you just go on ahead. And another tip is to get your community involved. Communication is key. Like for my project, I teamed up with Operation Refugee Child to knit hats and beanies, and also donate toiletries. And I sent it over to Operation Refugee at the end of my project, and now they're going to send it to Greece to give to Syrian refugee child. So teaming up with them, you have to constantly be emailing back and forth. And then you also, you can't do a project all by yourself. You have to include the whole community. So what I did was talk to different groups at my school, like ASB Key Club, CSF World Vision Club. I talked to 5 or 6 different clubs to get involved. And I just walked down the street and I asked my neighbor, I was like, hey, can you help me knit some beanies? And she's like, oh sure honey, I got you. And then by the end of the project, when she brought over the beanies, she said, oh, I decided to include my whole church group in this, so we made you 110 beanies. And I was like, oh my gosh, I only wanted 100, and I got 100 other beanies donated to me and knitted to me. So I had over 200 beanies, which was over my goal, because I only aimed for 100 beanies because I thought that's how much I would get. So including your community is so important. Reach out on Facebook and social media. Put flyers around your school if you want to, because that's what I did as well. Have your troop be involved and have them help, because their support is the most important support, because they're also going to go through their Gold Award and they're going to want you to help too. So you have to include everybody. And I would say that it's worth doing the Gold Award. At first, it's super stressful, especially when the time end comes and you have to turn in your final report and all your hours and you have to log them in. But I know there's a point where you just want to be I don't want to do this anymore. It is so stressful, but it's totally worth it, because at the end of it all, it's just this big relief. I just spent so many years in Girl Scouts to lead up to this one event. I've been in Girl Scouts since I was in kindergarten, and a lot of my friends quit as the years went on, where my troop was full of 25 girls and now we only have 6. But and the end of it all, it's just a big relief. Like, I can't even explain it, but it's worth doing, and it's hard to start, but it's easy to finish, because I would say that organization and planning out every single thing will help you especially complete it. Another tip that I would give is to make sure that it's sustainable, because at first my project, I didn't really like think it seemed as if like, oh, you're just donating hats for the one time, that's not sustainable. But to make it sustainable, you have to teach other people and include other people in your project and give like lectures on it and make a YouTube video about it to make it sustainable. So that could help a lot as well. I'm gonna quickly show you what I did for my project and how, if you want to do it as well, you can. So you'll need a yarn, a loom, and a pick to start off. First you unravel the yarn, and then there is I don't know what this is called, it's right there. And you tie it around to let me do it and then I'll show you. Tie it around, but not like double knotted at all, because you are eventually going to take it off. You see? And then let's see, you have to go in like an infinity sign, as if. So you wrap it around one peg. Oh, that's what they're called pegs. And then you wrap it around another peg. And see, it's like an infinity sign. Yeah, this way. You wrap it around, and you just keep going like that the whole way. Do you see that? How it's like just wrapping it around. There's a bunch of different like styles you could do for knitting hats, but I only learned this way, especially because it's the fastest way, and I needed to make a bunch of beanies, so I needed like the easiest way possible. So you just do that. I'm just gonna finish it up, and you're gonna do it twice around the loom. So you're wrapping it around twice, and you can't wrap it around super duper tight, or else it'll be hard to bring up the yarn when I show you how to move it up with this pick. It's going to be super duper hard if you do it too tight. And make sure like to always like bring it down to the bottom. Bring it down to the bottom so you have room, so that you can see what you're actually doing. So the last peg that you wrap around should have 3 around it, and the last peg should always be where you started off. So that one should be the one with 3 around it. So do you see? I started here, and now there's 1, 2, 3 on it. And then you get your pick, and you start with the one with 3 wrapped around it, and you get this bottom one, and you bring it to the top like that. See how I did that? So you're always bringing the one on the bottom and bringing it to the top. One on the bottom, bringing it to the top. And you do that the whole way. I'm so sorry if this is like a bad angle. It's super hard to like film it and then do it at the same time. So make sure you don't skip over any, like I just did. I just skipped over this one. And then you do that all around. So I'm just gonna finish that up. And then after you're done, like you should just smush it all down to the bottom like I said, so that you can actually see what you're doing when the next step comes. So I am coming towards the end. So once you get to the loop where you had to originally, so this is, as you can see, this is the loop where I had 3 and now there's 2. So you're gonna start there and wrap it around all over again. Just wrap it around from the back to the front. And this was honestly like the hardest part for me, because I kept on going front and the back, but it's back and then wrapped around and then back and then wrapped around, back and then wrapped around, back and wrapped around. So then you do that all again, but this time you only wrap it around once. And this is the same step throughout the whole entire beanie. Like, this is honestly all you're gonna do, is just keep wrapping it around and then pulling it over. So I'll show you how to pull it over one more time. But it's just the same step until it actually gets long enough. So now there's 3 loops created. So you're gonna start with the 3rd loop and bring it over. Gonna bring it over, push these down, bring this one over, push it down, bring it over, and let's do that the whole entire way. And by the time you're done with that, your beanie should actually look like this. Yeah, it takes a long time. It takes around 3. If you just sit down and do it all at once, it takes 3 hours. But I did it. I did some just sitting for one day, and I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna finish the beanie right now. Or there was other days where I'll be like, I'm gonna do half of it today and then half of it tomorrow. Or it'd take 1 week to do one whole one. It just depended. So you're gonna get the yarn and you're gonna cut off so this is it. You're gonna cut off around, I would say, 8 inches of yarn. Yeah. And then you need to you also need a needle. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna just thread it through to end, because you're ending off the hat now. So you're just gonna thread it through. Through every single one. Oh, if it comes out, then it's okay. You just put it back in. Hold on. So let me show you how to thread it through. Okay. So, to do this, you just stick it through, pull it off, and thread it through. Stick it through, pull it off, all the way through. You just do that throughout the whole entire beanie. See how, like, can you tell, like, how long it takes to make these? So picking a project that you know takes a lot of hours is also beneficial, because you need at least 90 hours, and with all these hats I had over 300 hours, which is amazing, especially because when you talk to people, like when I talked to each club, that counted as hours. Or when I talked to a person to help them help me with my idea, that took hours as well. So you always have to be keeping track on a log on what you're doing, which is also like another big thing is organization. You have to keep track, you have to keep a schedule. You have to remember who you talk to, because you have to talk about it all in your final report. And honestly, knitting, like this project, it was super like relaxing. So that helped a lot, that it was relaxing. Oh no. My yarn. Oh, okay. I think sorry. Had a little came out, and then the beanie came out as well. Yeah, there, like with this project especially, like there were lots of mistakes made, honestly. But that's okay, because you work through them, then you write about them. Because honestly, like there will be like a big like block when you do this, like when you're doing your project. Like there will be some times where you made a mistake, or like there's not enough hours that are done, so it does get stressful, but that's okay. This is gonna be a long YouTube video. It's okay. Almost done. Just a couple more left. Oh, also another tip, don't forget to take pictures when you're doing this, because they do ask for a scrapbook. at the end, which I did not know about, or I kind of forgot about it. So anything you do, take a picture of it. One last one. It's really hard with thick yarn because it does come out because it's so fuzzy like this one. It's okay. So you have the whole beanie down, and then you pull it. You take it off of this and you pull it closed, and then you just tie a knot at the bottom. Just tie a knot, just like maybe one or two, all the way at the bottom. I'm doing 3 because these knots are not going to the bottom. Okay, there we go. And then you cut it off and you flip it inside out, and now you have a beanie. So thank you for watching my video. I wish you good luck on your Girl Scout Award project, and hopefully you complete it and it's going to be a fun experience for you. Bye!